Hey
Oh,
guys.
DJ, by the way, if anything goes
I don't want.
terribly wrong, it is Neil's fault. Okay.
Like this
Okay.
is the intro. That's the intro. If anything bad happens.
Neil, it's your fault.
Hey guys, welcome. This is Neil and Jay's podcast, episode 3, with our special guest. Is I can't pronounce. Just because we don't want to say the last name.
I go by DJ.
Oh, DJ. Okay, DJ. So,
You better censor out my first name.
yeah, it's better to remember the first name.
Yeah, you gotta censor that part out. I gave him a list with everyone's full government
Credentials.
and people.
They got the
gave
social
him my
security.
social
They got bank
security number?
details.
Shit. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I fucking. Are we recording already?
Yeah, we're recording. Can't you see? I'm screen sharing.
Oh shit. Well, anyway. This is episode 2 or 3. One of the two.
Three.
3. Perfect. 3. It's episode 3, and we got a DJ. I know this has already been said, but we got DJ up in here, up in the house.
Yeah.
Everyone clap. Everyone
Yeah.
clap.
Woo! DJ!
I'm clapping for myself.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
So, DJ,
Yes.
why don't you begin by telling us a little bit about yourself? What do you do?
Okay. Well,
How are you?
currently nothing.
Alright.
But I am an aspiring filmmaker. I like to make internet content. It's my
Yeah.
favorite thing to do. I wish I could do that full time and make money
Yeah.
from it, but I don't have enough subscribers for that. So y'all should totally go subscribe to all my YouTube channels because I have multiple.
Oh, that's mad.
I think you guys should do that.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna do that.
contest it fucks pretty hard.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but I'm also like a big, huge, like filmmaking fan. Like I love movies, TV shows. I also love music. I've worked on a few songs. I have
my-
one.
Whoa.
I have one recorded.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Neil, you know what time it is. You know what it is already. It's gonna be the same fucking episode all over again. Music sharing.
Music sharing. You gotta send the file here, man.
Yeah.
For
hold
the
on,
show and
hold
tell.
on.
For the show and tell.
We were thinking of making this a recurring part of the podcast. We do a little show and tell. Last time we did the same thing where we each show a song that we've worked on,
Yeah.
and we listen to it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send the same one because that's the only one I'm really proud of.
That's
So
a good
I'm just
song,
gonna
man. That's
send
the
that
theme
one.
song, bro. That's the theme song
Um,
of this podcast.
Um,
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna share it, but I'm gonna let y'all know. I wrote it, and I helped a little producing it just a little bit. But it's my friend Blake. He's the one like singing and playing the instruments and all that.
Oh, okay.
all right.
I want to give as much credit as I can to Blake. He did most of the
100%.
stuff. I just
man.
helped. I wrote the song and
It's a collab,
it-
basically. Collaborative effort.
yeah. It was about a certain someone though.
Oh, okay.
If it would,
Oh,
I wish it would send.
Mhm.
certain someone you say.
Well, to just become
Care to elaborate?
Wait, what? Huh?
Do you care to elaborate on who that someone is?
An ex.
Ah, okay.
Oh shit.
That's alright.
Oh shit. I don't have one of those. I can't. I don't know if that feels good or bad.
Feels horrible.
Shit.
Feels bad enough that I made a song about it.
Oh, yeah.
I need to start making a song about being on this podcast with Neil then.
That would be a good
Hold on,
song.
why- It's not wanting to send. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to find a
While
way to do this.
While we wait, I'll ask
While
Jay.
DJ figures that out, you were gonna say something, Neil?
Yeah, so how did you meet DJ? Like,
Through my girlfriend.
okay,
Yep.
yeah.
They went to school together, so
Yeah.
I met him through that. The first time I spoke to him properly, so I talked to him online,
Yeah.
like a handful of times, but the first time I met him, so I went to her school to do like a like I was like a guest speaker
Oh,
for her
really? Wow, that's
Spanish class,
mad.
and I got to meet a bunch of people, and I got to speak to DJ finally face to face. That was pretty
I,
cool.
I didn't realize it at first that it was him.
You
Special
didn't?
guest.
No, like
I thought you knew straight up.
no, because I didn't. No, because she never showed me a picture of you, like ever.
Yeah.
Anonymous. Let me listen to it. The name says it all, I guess. Oh, it's 4 minutes as well. That's just like another
No,
song
wait,
list.
wait, Neil.
What?
Don't play right now.
I'm not
We're
gonna
gonna
play.
leave that for the show and tell segment.
Oh, okay,
Okay, we need
okay,
to
yeah, we'll
learn from
save that
Jim.
for
This
the.
thing needs to be segmented
Yes, learn from
this.
Jim.
Okay, we need to start. We need to start getting some form and some
Structure.
factor in here.
Form
Okay,
factor.
we need something.
We'll save that for the show and tell.
Yeah, this thing's
Just
gonna
remind me, because
be
we
a
might
horrible
forget.
mess if we just. But we
Let's-
met through my girlfriend, and it was pretty fun. I had heard about him. Then I actually got to talk to him. Then I got to meet him and stuff like that. But I've only been able to meet DJ like a few times, right? It's been like what,
I think 3 or 4
twice,
times.
3 or 4, or two.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
twice like proper like
Yeah,
having a conversation, and then we had like 2 more times where it was like almost in passing. Like we
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of time to just sit down and
Yeah.
talk. So yeah, but hey, now we're here, which
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
better than nothing. And then in
Better than-
December,
Yeah.
hopefully we can get some stuff done.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And I'm still writing the thing. I am nearly done, but I do got to talk to a few more people about helping out, being acting and all that.
Perfect. I mean, whenever you have anything written down in your script, just send it my way. I'd love to read it,
Yeah, no
see
problem.
what's what. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's all cheer DJ in that venture.
Yeah.
He's making a movie, little
Making a
short
movie.
film. Is it?
No clue.
No clue. You're still figuring it out. Still figuring out
Yeah,
where to get.
brainstorming.
Well, you know what? I always find that my best creative efforts are when I just kind of do my thing and just let it happen. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really interesting getting into film and stuff like
Yeah,
that because
content
I had
creation.
always had an interest in filmmaking, but it was almost like a very passing interest, almost,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like I was into it, but I never like delved too deep into it. But I love writing and I love acting, so
Yeah.
I was always kind of like paying attention to that world. But I never actually put myself in the position where I really looked at what making it,
Mm.
completely
Yeah.
like being like the puppet master behind it is. So that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. That's actually one of the reasons we wanted to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
It's because we're interested about like what kind of got you into it.
Okay, so what got me into it? Well, so if we're gonna do that, we're gonna go to the very beginning. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sure.
Shit.
September 28th, 2004, the moment I was born.
Holy shit.
Oh, bro, that's way back.
No, okay. So I would say seeing Toy Story for the very first time,
Oh.
that kind of just triggered, and because I've clearly seen movies before. I saw Toy Story, but Toy Story, I don't know what about it, but it made me like, I want to do that. I want to make that.
Yeah.
And so Toy Story was kind of the starting point. But then I discovered YouTube. And the first ever YouTuber I ever watched, they've changed their name now, but they used to go by Mario 8989. But they were also known as the Cute Mario Bros. And they made Mario plush videos. And that right then and there was the moment I realized I wanted to be a filmmaker and just make
An
fun
awakening.
things like that.
You had like a little awakening.
Yeah.
That was
That's pretty nice.
really the big awakening right then and there.
Yeah.
But I would say what pushed me to actually making something was a little web series on YouTube called Marble Hornets, which is something that heavily inspired the thing you were watching.
Ah, okay.
That was very heavy inspiration from Marble Hornets for making my web series.
So Marble
And
Hornets kind of like a horror thing as well.
yes, Marble Hornets is the very first ever web series about Slenderman because it came out not even like 10 days after Slenderman was created. So it hopped on real quick and it became the biggest Slenderman web series on the internet.
Holy shit, man! I forget about Slenderman sometimes. That shit
It's been
was
a while,
huge.
bro.
I used to shit my pants just thinking about it.
Bro, but the thing is, this year, this past June 20th was the 15th anniversary of it starting and the 10th anniversary of it ending.
Damn.
Because it
Damn.
ended the same day. It's on the same day it started. And
Fuck, it's
With
been.
a Marvel Hornets thing or like Slenderman as a
Marble
concept?
Marble Marble Hornets started
Marvel Hornets.
June 20th, 2009, and ended June 20th, 2014.
Okay.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
That's a good run. That's a good long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
from what I have seen, I might have one of, if not the biggest Marble Hornets collection on the internet.
You have a collection?
Oh yeah, they did a lot of merch, and some of the merch
Oh
you can't
shit.
even get anymore. Here, I got a photo of it. Let me just.
You got to put that in the edit.
What? Which one?
Yeah. Uh,
Get your work cut out for you today.
let's see. Where in God's name is it at? Hold on.
So you would say your like horror is like your main attraction
Yeah,
when it comes to
horror for me is one of my favorite genres. Found footage is my number one favorite genre.
Oh, okay.
But the thing with found footage, it doesn't always have to be horror. Because there was this one movie, I forget the name of it, but it was about these kids and they found this little robot, and it wasn't even a horror movie, but it was in the found footage style,
Okay.
and it was
But I
I
feel like
enjoyed
found footage
I'll be right back.
it kind of just really lends itself a lot to that, right? So
it.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
probably why it's really like used a lot for it.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
to
it
me,
just scares the fuck out of me sometimes, you know?
yeah,
I don't
like to
like
me,
that shit.
found footage is the most realistic genre out there because I mean, like the Blair Witch Project, Cloverfield, those are like some of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
They kind of make you feel like you're more in it, you know?
Yeah,
Like this should actually happen. Like this could be outside your window right now.
and,
You
and
know?
literally, like how they were promoting the Blair Witch Project, they were making it seem like this actually happened because they like made missing posters, like they
Oh
made
yeah.
websites, they did
It's
like a
like
whole
immersive.
documentary before the movie came out,
Yeah, it's immersive.
Yeah.
that was kind of the start of ARGs basically, and a lot of internet web series nowadays are pretty much ARGs,
Wait, what's ARG again?
alternate reality games. It's
Ah.
basically just an immersive web series, sort of like Marble Horn. Marble Hornets is not an ARG; it is more of an ARE, alternate reality experience. Where
Ah.
with ARGs, you pretty much do need to like interact with things to kind of understand the full story. With AREs, you don't have to really interact that much. You could just sit
So
down, watch through it.
ARGs are kind of like, you know, those things where it's like, oh, you have to like click certain links to like get to
Yeah,
certain
that's what I was
Yeah,
things and
thinking.
like
It's
yeah,
more
and
you
like
interactive.
download certain things and stuff like that.
a lot of series also have Twitter accounts with in-game characters that you can talk to, and blogs and different other websites you can go to.
Hmm.
That sounds like such an undertaking to start one of those. Like you have to keep up with all of that constantly.
Yeah, it can be a hassle because One of the most complicated ones that I have followed was Everyman Hybrid, which was kind of the start of the Slenderverse, which had a bunch of other different Slenderman web series interconnect with each other. But with the ARG wise, Everyman Hybrid is the most complicated one, and with every bit of media, it is around close to almost 24 hours long with everything.
24 hours long.
Like if you try to sit down and watch the whole thing and read everything, it's around 24 hours long.
Damn.
That's longer than Disco Elysium. That's crazy. But I feel like those things have always been really interesting to me, not just from like a consumer standpoint, because honestly, I don't really consume a lot of like ARGs or AREs. Is it?
Mhm. Yeah.
I think the only one that I've ever like been like one of the big ones, I guess. So it's kind of like a basic bitch answer, but it's like the Mandela catalog and all that, just because it was so like such a big thing where like people were like talking about it all the time. But I was never really like a consumer of it, but I always found it very fascinating from like a just a conceptual standpoint. Just the fact
Mhm.
that, like there's a lot of work that goes into it, but there's also a lot of thought that needs to go into how it's going to be presented to the consumer, because it's not a traditional, like a movie. You make a movie, you put it out, you know exactly how it's going to be communicated and how it's going to
Mhm.
be received, in the sense of like, exactly how people are going to consume it. So it's a very straightforward line of communication. Whereas with an
Yeah.
ARG and AREs is like you're leaving almost like an open line of communication with this very broad set of ideas that you don't really know exactly how the consumer is going to interact with them. But I've always thought that was really interesting, because it's an undertaking that requires a lot of thought into how you're gonna balance out the fact that it's more unpredictable than a regular like traditional media, but also it needs to be predictable enough for you to know exactly how to make it. I
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
thought that was really interesting. I always
Yeah.
thought that was really interesting. Um, but they scare the fuck out of me, so I don't really mess with them too much. I like sleeping at night.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the collection.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
And some that complete series Blu-ray, you cannot get that anymore. They don't sell it anymore.
Oh,
That
really?
was the most expensive. That was the most expensive item I had to get on the secondhand market.
Damn.
Have you ever tried to flip it? You ever try to flip it and sell it yourself?
No, because I really like Marble Hornets and I want to have everything. But one day, when I'm like I have to get rid of things, which I hope I don't. I'll probably end up selling the whole collection as a one.
Fa.
That was gonna be a good bit of money if you find the
Yeah.
right person. It's a good
Yeah.
bit of
If you
money.
find the right price as well,
Yeah.
yeah.
And one
Funny
thing
thing
I
is,
know about people. Oh, sorry.
no, you go first.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I talk too much anyway.
Well, I was about to say, I've actually talked to the creator himself a handful of times.
Oh shit.
Uh, the man is like one of the nicest people ever. In fact, I recently sent him something in his PO box, and because I sent him something that he had brought up that he wanted like a year or two ago,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
when I sent it, he said, "I completely forgot that I said I wanted this thing," and it was just um and I brought up the 15th anniversary of it the other earlier. They also had a 15th anniversary stream where they watched the whole series, but at certain points of the stream, they did a Kahoot trivia of Marble
Oh.
Hornets, and this hold on, it's sending, and I was in the Kahoot playing it live with them. It'll send.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. I
Okay,
see it.
so I can give context real quick of the people in there. Um, Troy and Joseph are the creators of Marble Hornets. The Troy's the one wearing the hat. Joseph is the one at the top left. The one on the bottom left is the author of the new, like, behind the scenes of Marble Hornets book. Uh, Above him is Jackie, and they are the illustrator of the Marble Hornets comics. And then the two above Troy are the moderators on their Discord.
Oh.
They have comics and shit.
Oh yeah, so far there are 4 issues, and we're about to get the last issue sometime soon.
Damn.
They're still working on it.
That's pretty good.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And wait, hasn't it been like 10 years since that ended? They're still working on it?
Yeah, the web series itself ended 10 years ago, but the comics I think started around 2021, 2020 maybe.
And those are those adaptations or like continuations of the
These are continuations.
Oof.
Okay. Man, that's got to be a lot of content if you can get that much content out of it. Like what was it, 5 years of content plus like your
Another-
comic books and stuff like that? That's
And another thing is the web series, it got popular enough that a Hollywood movie adaptation was made.
Wish. Holy shit, for real?
Yep.
Why haven't I heard of this?
It's called Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story. A lot of fans, okay, it's kind of split, but a lot of fans didn't like the movie. But I enjoyed the movie, and Troy said himself that he thought it was a good movie. Like, he thought it was a fine movie. But
Sometimes the fans are the most hard-headed about like stuff that they really like. Like they will go up in arms with like, especially if the stuff is really niche. They will evaporate anybody who touches it in a very like in a indecent way. You know, they'll eviscerate.
The thing is, this the movie isn't really connected to the web series. It's its own thing that was set in the universe. So a lot of people were kind of upset about that.
I would honestly, I don't know. I like as a fan, I would much rather that than someone take something that I love and potentially
destroy.
add because if you like if especially with something that's this like niche, typically the creators are it's a very personal project, right? Something that comes from the person to the recipient. So when you have something like that, the artistry and the vision of that person is very important. And so you have like a bunch of other people taking it and like doing it, even if they do the exact same thing, it just kind of feels like it wasn't the same person doing it. It's not the same brain working at it. It's not the same artistry being put forward. So I would much rather just someone take it and make their own thing based on it, make their own thing with it that shows their own proprietary ideas of that IP rather than taking someone else's and kind of, even if they do a good job, I just feel like it kind of borders on violating the integrity of the original product, right?
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
And another thing is, this was happening at the same time. Like the movie came out after the series ended, but they were making the movie at the same time as they were making the web series, so they weren't really hands-on on the project. They just gave them their blessing to make the movie, but they did show up on set like once or twice.
And that's I mean, again, it's like I haven't watched the movie, so it could be great. I can understand like both parts of the equation, I guess. Like I can understand the people that are like, hey, it was a good movie. Even the creators thought it was a good use of their IP, you know, whatever. And I can understand the people that are like kind of like, oh well, you know, maybe just don't use the IP. But I do think that's kind of like a little bit of like, you know, like, well, I do respect artistry and like, you know, integrity of work. Art is art at the end of the day, you know. If you're able to grab something else, regardless of who made it, and put your own ideas forward about it, I think you should be completely allowed to do it, right? Yeah, that's why I kind of like gatekeeping is kind of weird to me because it's like, well, you know, the whole point of it existing is for people to consume it in however way they want, and if they want to consume it actively by making stuff for it or about it or from it, then sure, go at it, go ham.
Okay, so I do have a quick question. What is your opinion on separating the art from the artist?
Ooh.
Oh boy, DJ, you don't know what you just started.
We had this
I'm a
conversation
fucking
a few
yapper,
podcasts ago.
DJ. Okay, here comes the disclaimer. Okay, here comes the disclaimer I do every episode. DJ, I yap a lot. I talk way too much. Please tell me to shut the fuck up if I ever need to shut the fuck up. All right?
Okay.
All right. That's the end of the warning. I think we did a whole episode at one point where
Yeah.
I talked about this for
The
a
whole
good
segment.
like hour. So I'm gonna try to not extend it that long, but I have complicated thoughts on it. I think they've changed slightly from what I might have said, but I don't remember exactly what I said. That might be the exact same thing, but I think it's a very nuanced conversation. So I
Yeah.
can't really tell you exactly 100% that I think art and artists are two separate things, because I think it depends a lot on exactly what it is that I'm talking about, right? I think for purposes of, say, for example, what happens a lot in Hollywood, what happens a lot in a lot of, mostly Hollywood, but in a lot of industries where, person makes great stuff, they make great art, they make great products that people love, then they do something fucked up,
Yeah.
and then, people hate the product, it's like, don't support the product, whatever, right? And then, like, I get that, but to me, there's a different. It also depends on what exactly you categorize as art. If I'm looking at, for example, if you take music as a product, music, especially certain genres of music, are so personal, right? Take hip hop, for example. Hip hop is something that is very much personal.
Exactly.
So if you take a person and they do something that is not nice, if that action can effectively reflect what kind of person that person is, right? Then I do think that just by necessity does influence the perception of the art that they create, because the art is a reflection of that person, ideally, especially in that context, right? Now, art doesn't necessarily have to be a reflection of that person. It can be a reflection of that person's reflection upon the world that they live in,
Yeah.
right? But all of those things ultimately do lead down to what that person is, right? Now, whether or not the art can be enjoyed, that's an entirely different thing. I think art should be able to be enjoyed regardless of who made it,
Yeah.
right? But I think when you're talking about appreciating it, I think and not just in the sense of appreciating it in a good way, right? Like, oh, I enjoy it. I'm talking about appreciating it in the sense of taking it and processing it and consuming it, right? In that sense, I do think you do need to take into account who the person is, what kind of person they are, because ultimately that is going to reflect on whatever art you're talking about, even if only subtly. But then again, also that also depends on exactly how you're analyzing the piece of work in the first place, right? If all you want to do is do a surface level assessment of this piece of work, whether or not this show is good, whether or not I'm allowed to enjoy the show, whether or not I'm allowed to enjoy this music or this movie, that's an entirely different thing. Because of course, if it's good, it's good, right? You can't really do anything about it. But, and again, it also depends on what you're analyzing. R. Kelly, for example, is someone who did very fucked up things, right? But if you look at his music,
It's good.
his music to a lot of people sounds really good. And in most cases, his music is done in a way, some of his records, not all of them, where they don't necessarily, they're never meant to reflect on him as a person, but rather reflect on a desire that he had, which was to either make money, make something catch on, and that happens sometimes. It can tarnish your perception of it, absolutely. And I think ultimately when you're making art, one of the main things that you need to take into account is perception, even if it's just your own. Perception is a big thing, and that's something that we play with art all the time, right? Even if it's not an explicit detail that you're trying to focus on whenever you're making, producing, or distributing art, where it's like, how is this going to be perceived, or how do I perceive it? That is ultimately the goal of art, in my opinion. It is perception. And so if you're perceiving something both from the sender and the receiver, right, and you're taking one thing, that perception is, in my opinion, like that amalgamation of all of the facets that ultimately are reflected on that piece, right? The thought behind it, the aesthetics of it. Aesthetics are very important when it comes to that. The implementation of it, and all of these little things that eventually do meet up with whoever made it, right? But then you have to ask the question about what happens when you do not know who made something, right? Does that
Yeah.
in some way change your perception
Perception.
of a certain art piece? For
Mm.
example, we have movies, shows, and think about Lord of the Rings, right? A series that is considered greatly to be a masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do not know who Tolkien is, could you still appreciate it in the same way? Would it mean the same thing? And could you perceive it the same way? Now, a lot of people say you would, because the entire point of The Lord of the Rings is for it to not be a personal experience, right?
Mm.
But that's why I think it depends on exactly what the goal of the art is, the goal of your appreciation of it, and what type of art it is. I think that heavily depends.
Mm.
I'm
Okay.
not.
I
I'm not.
wanna
I'm,
I
I'm
wanna
gonna.
throw out. I'm gonna throw out a
Yeah.
scenario. Uh,
Okay.
So
Perfect.
so let's say Ryan Reynolds ends up doing something astronomically horrible. There's no
Yeah.
chance of him recovering from it ever.
Yeah.
But he has made some of the best art out there with his acting and producing.
Yeah.
Nah.
In that situation, for example, that's where like the type of art is a certain thing, right? That needs to be
Mm.
looked at. Acting it's a very technical type of art.
Mm.
It requires your art to be within the context of someone else's art, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
So I feel like there is no real reflection of anything personal there, right? There's no reflection of anything personal. In fact, I would say kind of the point of acting is for any sort of personal connection to be severed, right? Of good acting, right?
Mhm.
Because the personal connection now needs to be created between not between the one watching and the actor playing the character, but between the one watching and the character, right?
Mm.
So as an actor, your job is to, as best you can, sever the connection between you as a person and the watcher. And your
It is
job
12
is
o'clock
to
p.m.
create a very strong connection between the watcher and the character, right?
Yeah.
In that case, for example, I don't think that it should influence in any sort of way whether or not he did something fucked up and how his art is perceived. I don't think that should have like a lot of connection, because at the end of the day, the entire point of that art form in particular is to sever the connection between the art and the artist almost, right? And it's for the art to become the artist in a way.
That
When it
that was perfect.
Yeah. Producing is also a thing that, in directing, for example, because as a director, as a writer, as a producer,
Mm.
you are actively imprinting yourself on the product, right?
Mhm.
Um, you're not removing yourself from the product to imprint someone else onto it. You're imprinting yourself on the product. The writer needs to imprint their writing style, their ideas, right? Their
Mhm.
concepts, their pacing, all of those things. They need to imprint those onto the thing. The director needs to imprint his style, his vision, right?
Mm.
All of those things into the piece of art. So I think
Yeah.
if they were to do something fucked up, right? While I don't think his art should be perceived as anything but, unless it is a direct reflection of them as a person, I do think you can't really, like, cognitively, you can't really separate those things as easily, because it is a direct product of that person's head, and not that person trying to sever their head from their work. Now, you could also make the argument that an actor, being a personality, also creates this disconnect between what they're trying to do and what they're trying not to do. Because at the end of the day, cognitively, you're going to have more of a connection between, like, when you look at like Deadpool, for example, right? Your
Mhm.
brain is going to know that that is Ryan Reynolds. If he does something fucked up, you're subconsciously always going to have that in the back of your head, that the person that you're looking at right now is doing something fucked up or has done something fucked up, right?
Mhm.
So it's impossible, in my opinion, once you have determined who the artist is for a specific piece of art, it is impossible to separate them. but I do think actively there needs to be a disconnect that people make between the art and the artist to be able to fully appreciate the art. I think if you spend too much time appreciating the artist, you don't really appreciate the art.
Mm.
And if you spend too much time appreciating the art, you're not really gonna see that much of a connection with the artist itself. That's my thoughts on it. I think.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep mine short and sweet. Um, I always keep them separate, even if it is a reflection of them. Uh, what is made, it has already been made. That cannot be changed, and what they have done cannot be changed, regardless of what happened. Um, because I'll continue the Ryan Reynolds scenario. If he ends up doing something horrendous, and I'm watching
Yeah.
one of his movies, I'm gonna let's just say pedophilia, for an example. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I'm watching Deadpool, and I'm gonna sit there and be like, he's gonna slash those people, and then later go touch some kids. I will make jokes about it because it doesn't bother me. Sure, I'm upset that he did those things. I wish he didn't, but what's done is done. We
Yeah.
can't do anything,
Yeah,
and
it's kind of like,
my
you're
hearts will go out to the victims and their families. But and I disclaimer: I have nothing against Ryan Reynolds. I love the man. I was just using him as an
His
example.
example, yeah,
yeah, please don't sue us.
yeah,
This is
no.
not this is purely
Ryan,
hypothetical.
if you're somehow listening to this, I love you. I will do anything for you. I will do anything to you. I mean,
Oh.
um,
Excuse me.
nothing.
Oh my gosh, this is
So
funny, man.
let's talk about a not so hypothetical scenario. What if DJ does something fucked up to Ryan Reynolds? Would we separate that from the art?
Oh my gosh. Uh,
Define the fucked up to Ryan Reynolds. Define
Not on video.
that.
Not on video.
Give
But
him that. Oh
Oh my
Jesus
gosh.
Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
is my Lord and Savior.
No, but for real though, I see what you're saying totally. I think um again, like once if you're appreciating art for art, then while the artist's integrity, the artist in fact I talked about that, like I think
A few podcasts ago, yeah.
artistry is very important and
Yeah.
artistry ultimate comes down to the artist. But I think art itself needs to be perceived for what it is. At the end of the day, the artistry of a person is ultimately, in my opinion, very easily distinguishable from their personal lives.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think people live their lives, for the most part, true to the art. This is going to sound weird, but to the art world inside of them. Right?
Mhm.
So I think in some cases it does happen. And I think
Yeah.
then the situation becomes a little more complicated. But I think when you're talking about that, is like there is art that was produced by this person, regardless of what they've done in their personal life. I don't think their personal lives and the art that they made exist in the same place, right?
Mm.
I think they're ultimately different things
It's separate.
that can, in some places, meet. So what you're saying is true. Sometimes you're going to be watching something, and you're going to be invested in what the art is, right? While also being cognizant that the artist is also someone who you may not agree with, who you may hate, who you may detest, but ultimately the art should, in if done properly, speak for itself, right? And
Yeah.
in that case, the artist has no there's no way to change what, like you said, what has already been said. And art speaks for itself. If it's
Yeah.
already spoken, then listening to it should not depend on
On the
something that
artist.
happened after, before, or tangential to the art itself,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
So I do agree with you on that. What do you think, Neil?
I totally agree. Cause like I was just
Okay, but
thinking.
can you elaborate on it in your funny Australian accent?
No. Like just like you said with R. Kelly, the same could be said with like P. Diddy with like his songs back then with like Notorious B.I.G. or that Victory song
Yeah.
from Fight Night
Notorious
2004.
B.I.G.
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
to an
yeah.
extent you can separate it, but sometimes they converge with like the artist and the art itself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, totally. I also think now that you mentioned the dating thing is like because you said they meet at a certain point, that made me think of something.
Yeah.
And is that a lot of people fall into the I think the fake or not the fake, but I in my opinion, my humble opinion, the
Yeah.
wrongful notion that art needs to be good, right?
Yeah.
Like morally speaking. Because sometimes the art does speak for itself and the art
Yeah.
speaks in a very fucked up way, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
100%.
I think there is still merit in that. I think
Yeah.
there's merit in art that is not necessarily nice, right?
Yeah.
Art that is fucked up,
Yeah. Like some
right?
art can be
I think there is
controversial.
merit in those things. Exactly. I think a thought, to me, an artistic thought
Yeah.
doesn't need to be a positive one. An artistic thought can be a very negative one. It
Hmm.
can be a net negative for society, but if it's an artistic thought, it's an artistic thought,
Yeah.
right? Now, whether or not those should be celebrated, that's a different thing. But I
Exactly.
think they should be appreciated within
Yeah.
the same space as
Yeah.
positive art, I guess, if you can call it that.
Now, there. Now, I want to gripe a little with people who complain about the art because of the artist. Now, before allegations come out, uh, these people are like the biggest fans. They're like, "Oh, I love it. It's my most favorite thing of all time."
And then
The
next thing you
allegations
know,
come out. They're
they
like,
hate it.
"Oh, that was horrible. I never liked it. It was always trash." Because a lot of the time that happens in the ARG community with a bunch of the creators, because they're beloved, but then the moment those allegations come out, they're like, their stuff has always
Yeah.
been trash. It's always been horrible. I never liked it.
That's just disingenuous.
Yeah.
But in some cases, I feel like it's actually the. I mean, it did. I mean, it kind of depends on who's saying it. Because in my
Yeah.
opinion, like some people do follow things just because they're well liked,
Mm.
but they don't like them. And then the second they become not well liked, they feel free to actually speak out on the things they don't like about it. There are some other people that do the same in the opposite sense, whereas like they like something, but since something now has become not well liked, they have to follow that. And there are cases where people just like hating, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I mean, I've been, in situations where I really enjoy something and then I'm like, holy shit, this person kind of fucking sucks, right? But I hate this person. I don't like them, but their shit's kind of fire, you know? Their
Hmm.
shit's just kind of fucks, you know? So it, it's like again, it's like a situation where you have to really you just be genuine with. I think a lot of people spend too much time trying to please
Yeah.
the greater
100%.
masses
Yeah.
and not
Hmm.
enough trying to
Jump the
please themselves. And
bandwagon.
I think ultimately, if you just throw something that you fucking hate or that you fucking love just because you hate the person that made it and because most people are talking shit about it, it's kind of fucked up.
Mm.
You're kind of shooting yourself in the
You're a
leg.
fake person. You're fake. You're a fake person. Because what happens if you something happens to somebody you know in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also I don't think there's anything wrong with saying like, hey, I like
This
this
music
or
or
I like
art.
that, but
Yeah.
I fucking actually, a great example. Now that I've mentioned Disco Elysium, it is my favorite game of all time. I think it is literature on a screen. It is one of the best written things. It is probably the best written thing I have ever read. It is the funniest thing I've ever read. It is the most intriguing, the saddest, the most emotional thing I've ever read. It is beautiful.
Mhm.
It's
But
nice.
the person behind it, Robert Kurvitz, a lot of people described him as not the most fun person to work with, and he was kind of a dick to a lot of people. And the studio that made Disco Elysium in general are a bunch of dirtbags who now are trying to like sue him. They're in court because they're trying to steal the fucking IP and all this. Is like a mess, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't bought Disco Elysium because I don't want to give Zam money because I know it's not going to Robert Kurvitz. It's going to a bunch of British investors that hate his guts, right?
That's why you pirate
So
it.
Well, I'm not going to say that on camera,
Hey, no,
but
no, 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 no. But the thing is, let me explain that real quick. Okay, so um, if you buy something digitally, you don't own it now. You don't own it, so they could
Mhm.
just literally take it away from you.
Yeah.
So if buying something digital doesn't mean you own it, then piracy isn't illegal.
I did not say that. That was DJ. That was DJ. For purposes of this video, I did not say that.
But the thing is, I don't pirate things. I just buy them.
I just steal
Sure you
them.
do.
I just steal them. I just steal them
No,
from the
I
internet.
think we all had, that moment where you're like, in our lives, we were like, oh shit, I'm gonna pirate shit, and
Pirate ship.
we've all done it. I think we've all done it. I'm not gonna say whether or not I condone it, but we've all done it.
Yeah, I'm not
It's a
saying
gray
I condone
area,
it,
bro.
but
It's a
I'm
gray
just
area,
saying
bro. It's
You could
parlay.
do it.
I'm not
You could
condoning
do
it.
it.
I'm not
Just,
condoning it, but I'm just saying.
it's just
You
like
could
Jack
do it.
Sparrow. It's parlay.
Yeah,
Parlay.
Parlay.
but like for example, like
What's
I like the whole like everything about Disco Elysium in the background. It was just a mess. A lot of ugly people kind of going back and forth. But the game is a beautiful piece of art. The game is ultimately, I think, one of the most beautiful pieces of art that has ever been written, ever been made, ever been. It's beautiful. The aesthetics of the game are beautiful. Everything about the game is beautiful. And I'm able to look at it and be like, well, I'm not going to give them money. I fucking hate this company, but this product is beautiful, right? This product is absolutely
Beautiful.
beautiful. So I don't give a fuck. I'm going to
You
consume
stop
it,
it.
Again, you can decide not to give them money. That's totally fine,
It's
right?
user's choice, yeah.
Mhm.
But thinking that you cannot consume something is ultimately, I think, unfair to art,
Yeah.
right? It's unfair to take away its validity and take away its essence
Mm.
just because you don't like something personally,
Yeah.
right? Which you're allowed not to like people, but
Yeah.
some people, some fucked up people make some cool shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who because I'm not thinking of anybody, but some cool people can make some cool things come out of like really
Yeah.
shitty people. A lot of people think Tupac was a bad guy, and he made some dope ass music. Now I'm not gonna say I agree with that, but he makes some dope ass music.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
But yeah, so anyway, we were talking about
Art versus the
art
artist.
and art versus the artist. I feel like that was a very interesting
Yeah, segment.
little rabbit hole to go down. And I
Yep.
was actually wondering, right?
Hmm.
Since you're making, you're going into filmmaking and you want to make movies and to make content as your,
Yes.
you ideally as your livelihood, right?
Mhm.
Do you feel like in the process of doing it, in the process of writing, now that you're writing the script for this movie, do you feel like you one generally put a lot of your own biases, your own beliefs, your own ideas, your own quirks into it? And if so, do you feel like you actively do it? Is that an active part of your process? Or does
Oh,
your process is your process completely like removed from your person?
okay. So when it comes to that, it depends on what the project itself is.
Is.
Okay.
So
So
for instance, let's talk about the project. I'm not going to go in depth on what the thing I'm working on is,
yeah.
but it's the perspective of someone who wanted to try to start something, wanted to try out doing something, but then things go horribly wrong. Uh, Now for for the story itself and characters and the world it's in, uh, my biases and all that go into writing this one. But let's say if I were to make um like an action film, all that
Yeah.
would be just removed.
Okay, so you feel like, but in every aspect, or do you feel, and do you try to remove it in that case, and do you try to put it in the other case, or do you feel like it just naturally happens?
For the most part, it kind of just naturally happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, so for you as the maker are not maybe actively trying to put yourself into everything you do, but just kind of create something maybe a little separate from yourself. But when the actual thing exists, right? When the thing has been realized, do you feel like you as a person feel connected to that thing on a personal level?
Okay. That's a good question. I've never thought about it like that, but I guess, uh, well, with making anything, it gets very personal on
Mm.
any kind of
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
So I guess yes, in a way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but would you, and okay, so you would say that whenever you make something, naturally you're going to feel kind of a little bit of yourself in that almost, right? Because you made it at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
It becomes a personal attachment. It becomes a personal thing that you make. But
Hmm.
do you feel like then the appraisal of people for it and the judgment that people cast upon it, does that feel at all like it is an appraisal and a judgment cast upon you as well? Or do you feel like the art that is being judged and the art that's being appraised is entirely separate from you, and the judgment cast upon you is an entirely independent thing?
Um. Well, at the end of the day, um, there's a part of us in it. Part of us, whoever is making it in it, no matter
Mm.
what, there's always going to
Mm.
be a part of someone in it. Now, however much they put themselves into it, that is up to the creator. But for me, I at least try to put myself a little bit into it.
Yeah.
Just like anywhere between 10 to 25% of myself into it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Do you feel like I would know DJ from the art that DJ creates?
Well, if you watch a good bit of my art, like more than just one or two things, you would probably get to know me.
Okay. And Neil,
Yeah.
do you feel like I would know Neil from the music that Neil makes?
Yeah. Cause my music is like a reflection of my headspace. Cause like it's all over the place. Like it's just various genres. There's no specific genre I like.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
See, because that's what I was thinking, and I was thinking about different mediums, and I was thinking
Yeah.
about music, and then like film. I was thinking, I think the way those two art forms are tackled are completely different
Yeah,
in the
they are
sense of
100%.
the interpersonal relationship between the artist and the art, right? I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
when you're
varying
making,
degrees.
Mhm. I feel like almost it's almost like when you're making, from my understanding, the way I perceive it is when you're making film, you you're almost like creating a child, an artificial child
Yeah.
that you're raising up to be this person that you
Yeah.
want it to be. But when you make music, it's almost like you're taking pictures of yourself and making
Mm.
it like a collage,
Yeah.
right? You're doing something that directly reflects on who the person taking the picture was,
Yeah.
and the other one you're making something that could reflect on the space that the person was when raising this, right?
Yeah.
The vision that this person might have had, but
Yeah.
not necessarily who the person was. And I feel
Mm.
like that's actually in itself a little beautiful, right? It's the fact that it's a mystery, because there's like whoever made this, brought this into existence,
Yeah.
is still a mystery to me, right?
Mm.
I'm not entirely sure what kind of person they are. All I know is that they're speaking through me to me through their art,
Mm.
right? It's kind of like God.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about DJ?
Huh?
On the topic of God,
Yes.
what do you think of ancient aliens?
Um. that- you know, who knows? God may have made them, and we just still haven't seen them yet, or they
Yeah.
just don't exist.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna deconfirm anything until something happens.
Because Neil here believes that his neighbor is an alien.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
He's a big proponent for ancient aliens.
I'm not, bro. This is lying. Don't listen to him. It's our segment. It's our segment. We ask every guest this question.
I think
What do you
I
think,
think
Jay? What do you
aliens.
think? What do you think?
I think aliens are interesting
Yeah.
because it's like it kind of forces you to think about like
How?
how a creature could be almost like you but not quite like you,
Yeah.
or maybe completely fucking different from you but still
Interact or like still look at you.
still like better than an amoeba. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Mhm.
At what point do you consider it an alien? Like, is it like a little cell organism in Venus an alien to you?
Are you a citizen yet?
The
Illegal
citizens?
aliens. There's
That is
aliens.
crazy.
There's
That
aliens here.
is crazy. That is crazy.
So
You know,
aliens have to be citizens
we
first.
actually had a podcast planned already to talk about immigration.
Oh.
But I guess this one just became that. This one just became that.
We can't go into that topic yet. Not yet. I'm not ready for it.
Not this segment, bro. Not this segment, bro. Oh my
Man.
gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm technically an alien, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm an alien too,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. What's your opinion on the grimace shake phenomenon?
What's that?
That was interesting. I think that was one of the things where I realized, like, while I was doing it, and you know what I realized? Speaking of that, and because I'm going to get into that, I feel a lot older than I am because I was raised in a third world country. I feel like every time I'm talking to Kylan and she brings some bullshit up, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's because we used to get everything super late. So I grew up watching like shit that like people in like the 90s used to watch just because that's when I got it in the early 2000s. So I've started to feel a little stupid because I always used to keep up like the way I felt hip with the kids, right? So I used to be very very into the internet culture, right?
Hmm.
And like yo, like all this and like what was going on, you know, the good old Ars Mimica. I was a legend on Twitter. Um, but now it's like I don't know. I see some things and I'm like, I legit when the Grimace Shakes thing happened, I had no fucking clue what was going on. I was like, like what's happening? Like what's the I didn't find out it was a thing until I think weeks after it like maybe stopped being a thing, and I was like, what
Wait, what
fucking
is
what
it?
happened?
What's this
Well,
phenomenon?
it was something that happened last year, and I participated in it.
That was last year?
I'm sending the. Yeah, it was last summer. I'm sending
Is
the
it an
video.
event or
Holy shit.
something?
No,
It was
but it was
like
a trend.
Ah.
I think people were like it was like a whole thing with like they were dying from like when they were like drank the Grimace Shake, something like that.
Well, there's a video example.
Oh no, I don't want to get copyright strike.
Damn, holy shit. Jesus Christ.
But there's a bunch of like way better ones than mine
Jesus
that were here.
Christ. You made
Sheesh.
sure there were no kids in the playground before then, huh?
Yeah, it was just me. It was just me and my friend.
Yeah, because
Call
that's one way to
911.
traumatize a kid for life. But
Someone
yeah, I
call
was like, what
911.
the fuck is happening? I had no clue. And then the recent, like, you know, like the whole Skibidi toilet and whatnot. I'm
Skip
like,
it toilet.
We are not talking about Skibidi toilet.
Skip it
right
toilet.
well, as a, hey, listen, we can talk about the integrity and the artistry of Skibidi toilet.
Yeah, sure, why not?
No, I refuse.
How did that even
I think
occur?
we should make a
I
whole
have
episode
stayed
about Skibidi
clear.
toilet.
I have stayed clear of that brain rot.
Okay, well, I think for next episode, I think we need to bring DJ back and after watching Skibidi Toilet, and we all need to have a discussion.
Oh
Look,
my gosh.
I'll be on it. I'll be on any podcast episode you want, but I will not watch Skibidi Toilet.
Skibidi Toilet. Man, what's kids
You are
watching
going to
these
be in the
days, bro?
Skibidi
Part of
Toilet
I'm
Skibidi
episode.
not
Toilet.
trying to. I am not trying to get infected.
Trying to get infected.
No, but like that's one of the. You know what else I like looked at and I was like, what the fuck, man? I like, why am I not part of it? Like the whole aura thing, where like people are like, I have aura and like it's minus 500% aura or something like that.
What?
I was like, I know, I was like, what? I was like,
What?
huh? I had no clue what that was. Like, it's not even that I don't like them. It's just I have no clue what they are.
Yeah.
To me, and I feel like that has hindered my social capabilities with people in the interwebs because I'm talking to them like a fucking 60-year-old that just discovered what
same.
the fucking internet is, and I'm like, oh hey kids, troll face, huh? And they're talking about talking about some bullshit like Duke Dennis and shit. And I'm like, what about the Le Pepe face? You know what I mean? Like fucking.
What about Rick Astley?
Yeah, what about the Rickroll?
Yeah, what
Now
about
people are doing. Aren't they
Rick
doing
Roll will
something
never
different?
die. That's the
Yeah.
one meme that will never die.
never gonna say it.
I hope not, because then I have another thing to keep up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, and also because like Kylan's very active in the internet space,
Oh yeah,
and I
that's
used
nice.
to be, but now I'm not.
Same
It's
here,
like
bro.
I would not know 99%
9%.
of the stuff that I keep up with nowadays is just because she tells me about it. If it wasn't for her, I would have zero fucking clue. But I
Yeah.
would have never actually found out that Skibidi Toilet was a thing. I would have had no fucking clue.
You're lucky, bro.
I need
You're
to have a
lucky,
talk.
bro.
I need to have a talk with her about that. Why would she ever bring that up to me? I'm very upset with her now.
Oh, you gotta
Well,
skip
you
the
can
toilet.
take that up with her because I've been trying to take that up with her.
We should ask that every guest, Jay. What's your thought on
If they
skipping the
like Skibidi
toilet?
Toilet. What do you think? We forgot Jim. We didn't get Jim.
We didn't get Jim. Oh my
I
god, it's
think. I mean, Skibidi Toilet seems
funny.
doesn't
Sorry,
seem
Tony.
that bad,
Yeah, it's not like
I've
Elsa
seen worse.
Gate.
I have seen
It's
worse.
not Elsa
I have seen
Gate.
worse, but
I used to watch like fucking like Team Fortress, like Source Filmmaker videos
yeah,
before. It's basically the same thing,
Yeah.
just 2024. Also, I like the type of content I used to make on YouTube was so brain dead that I don't think I have any ground to
be proud of.
make fun of Skibidi Toilet. I made
You're part of the
Shrek
problem,
Has Swag
Jay.
4 and 5 because I thought Pyrocynical was taking too long. I used to make like shit posts like MLG content.
Oh yeah.
Because like I can't really
That was
say
like the original
anything.
brain rot, bro. But that was
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
yeah, YouTube poops and MLGs were the good brain rot of
Yeah.
the 2000s, 2010s.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt so good making them. I mean, looking back now, I mean, I don't really have access to a YouTube channel more. I got suspended. But if I did, holy shit, that would be crazy. Yeah, I live streamed something I shouldn't have by accident, and
Was it on YouTube or Twitch?
Both. I had both my
What?
Twitch and my YouTube linked to my OBS, and I accidentally started streaming, and I got both accounts suspended. I managed to get my Twitch one back though, but my YouTube is still it's still gone.
Oh man.
So Ars Mimic, that's when Ars Mimica really died. That's when I gave up. I was like, man, years of work getting my identity to be a goat, and now it's all gone. It's like it's fucked up,
Damn, bro.
Okay, so there's this new analog horror web series called The Boiled One Phenomenon. And I want you to take a look at one of the monsters in it. This is one of the monsters.
Damn.
I think I've seen. Have I seen? No, I probably haven't.
Anyway, the guy who made the series is 17 years old, and he has made a very popular web series, and it makes me very upset that he was able to do that while I was at 17 working on that web series, and it barely got any attention.
Nah, it's alright.
Hey man, we all move at our own pace. I'm 20 and I haven't done shit.
Same
Okay,
here,
we
bro.
got we got time.
But
We got
and then
time,
here's
bro.
Here's another monster that
That
he made.
looks.
This one, it's a GIF, so you're gonna have to click
Okay,
on it.
I've seen that one. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
That is fucking terrifying. That is see like
But
that type of shit is like I don't like them. I all not 100% of all of the analog horror that I've consumed is through like Wendigoon videos, and that's it.
That's
That is
it.
it.
so that first monster though, so the series has gotten popular enough to where were able to get a makeshift plush made, and that first monster was the plush that they decided to make, and I bought one, and it is coming in September, and I am excited for it.
A plushie of that thing.
Yes. Hold on,
Man,
hold
I
on.
don't ever
Why?
want to step foot in your
Yeah, hold
room.
on.
That thing looks
This
They
is
could have made a body pillow.
oh, man, I don't want that shit looking back at me when I'm sleeping.
You know what that looks like? Looks like Darth Maul,
What?
but like the Mass Effect character. I mean, Alien, the Solarian or whatever.
It
Dude,
kind of does, yeah. This looks like Darth Maul after he tried a little hit of heroin.
um, but yeah.
No, but that's nasty.
I'm
That is
waiting for
nasty.
more episodes though. I'm waiting for more episodes. I'm excited for this series. It's only had like 5, 6 episodes I think so far,
Oh yeah.
and it's scary. It is scary.
Analog horror is just different. I used to and I still do sometimes, go to sleep watching like top 5 ghosts caught on camera, that type is just fun. But when you
Number
start making it
15.
like fucking number 15,
Burger King
you
foot
won't
The
live.
fungus.
lettuce.
The last thing you want on your Burger King
Burger.
burger is someone's foot
I
fungus.
guess.
But as it turns out, that's what you might
Fellas,
be getting.
fellas, it is 2024. Please. Number 13, clam chowder condom.
What?
Man, I used to watch the fuck out of Chills. Chills and
Oh
like my main
yeah.
ones were like Chills and like Nuke's Top 5. That was the
Uh,
shit.
I used to watch Planet Dolan whenever he was
Oh
uploading.
my goodness, Planet Dolan, bro.
Oh, you mean Danger
Planet
Welcome
Dolan?
to
Dolan.
Planet Dolan. Welcome
Danger
to Planet
Dolan.
Dolan. Oh shit.
And my thing is, I missed the like top 10 videos that they made, but then they went straight into the Reddit stories and kind of stopped the top 10 videos, and then they just kind of stopped uploading, period. And
Damn,
then
bro.
now they're uploading on the Super Dolan channel, Planet Dolan channel, where they got this series going on trying to find all the cast members, and Shima returned, but it's not really Shima.
Dang.
I have no fucking clue who Shima is.
How do you not know Shima? Shima was one of the best characters in Planet Dolan.
Bro,
The
what
pink
character?
cat.
I was watching it. It was just like, was it two brothers doing like scary top 5s or something like that? It was just a dude saying like, I didn't
Look
know
at
there
this
was lore
dude.
to it. I thought it was just a
Oh
dude
yeah,
saying, Welcome to Planet
there's a
Dolan.
lot of lore.
There's a
There's
lore
more
I thought it
to
lore
was.
this
than
channel?
there's
Now, when
more
I was
lore
watching
than
it, it was just
necessary.
when I was watching it, it was just a little top 10 channel. That was it. I didn't
No,
have no
Yeah.
fucking clue.
there is so much lore than necessary.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why a lot of YouTubers have been doing that shit where it's like everything's becoming an ARG, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I stopped watching them for a second, and then I'm like, oh, what? I just look him up, and now you know what? You know what really fucked me? I
What?
used to watch Trend Crave all the time. Like when I was playing games, I was like, hey guys, Trend Crave here. And then I looked up Trend Crave to see, what the fuck was up with him. I realized he deleted his channel and he's now one of the main Mr. Beast cast. I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? You can't leave this. You can't leave top 10. You can't leave top 10 YouTubers alone for 2 seconds. They will spiral out of control.
Yeah.
Now, some hands, in some situations, it's kind of good that they end up doing something different. Like Markiplier, for instance, man made a whole movie.
Oh, did he?
That is true. Markiplier. To be fair, Markiplier's at a point in his career where it's got to be boring to just play games and make millions of dollars. You have to do something else. It's got to be boring at that point to just do
Oh,
that.
I still think he finds like joy still in it because I mean, like he's still doing it, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But like, I think if he just stuck to that, that's got to be draining. You need different outlets, and that's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
what everyone does. They start making merch, they start making clothes brands, they start making music, they start making all these things and honestly, he can afford to do it. So
Hmm.
why not? Fuck it. He's got the time, he's got the money. Go ahead
Yeah.
and spend it. Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
I can't wait for the movie to come out though.
speaking of money,
Skibidi toilet.
I need I need money. I really need money right now.
yeah, I think we could all use a little bit of that.
I
Shit.
mean, it's funny.
We could. Oh, fuck! I almost fell.
Oh
I
shit,
almost
you
fell.
alright?
Yeah,
Damn.
Today's
I'm good.
episode is sponsored by.
My doctor, who I don't have because I don't have health insurance.
Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
same.
What, do you need
Hell
health
yeah.
insurance? How does that work?
Well, it's
I just
actually
don't have.
interesting because if you go to the hospital and you like stub your toe, they'll like charge you $10,000,
What?
right? And
Yeah.
Just for
so your
that?
insurance
What
your
the
insurance will
hell?
cover a little bit of it, but it's actually interesting because like sometimes the hospital just won't, like, let's say you like, oh, you stubbed your toe, fucking $50,000, and then your insurance is like, hey, we'll cover like $500. So you're like, okay, so I have to pay $49,500, and they're like, yeah. But
Damn.
most of the time, honestly, the hospital won't really charge you for that. Like if you really just can't pay it and you won't pay it, the hospital is most likely not going to pursue you that much. They're
Yeah.
just going to write it down as a loss for taxes, and so that way they don't pay taxes.
Ah,
It's a
okay.
tax cut.
Yeah, exactly. It's a write off because they lost money and stuff like that. So it's like really everyone wins in that situation. They don't pay taxes, you don't pay your bills, everyone's winning.
Mm.
So a lot of hospitals won't pursue action. That doesn't mean you should do it for legal purpose of this video. That does not mean you should
Yeah.
do it. You should pay your hospital bills and pay your insurance. You should have health insurance.
Because
I
doctors need money too. They have families
Doctors do need money too. Doctors do need money too.
and nurses.
Um,
Oh yeah,
and
nurses,
nurses, yeah,
100%.
they are hard workers and they need to
Yeah.
get paid. So
In
do
fact,
pay your hospital bills.
the nurses do more work than the doctors, to my knowledge.
That's true.
But yeah,
Why do
pay
we
your
even
bills.
need doctors?
What do we need the doctor? What does he do?
Yeah, that's why we have band-aids.
I mean, literally, I found out the doctor's not even there most of the time when and the mother's giving birth. It's actually the nurse who's there most of the time. The doctor
Damn.
just comes in at the last minute and is like, "You better."
Takes all the
Yeah, the doctor
credit.
just comes in last minute and pulls out $40,000. It's like, hell yeah.
Here's your bill.
No, you know what I was looking at? It's fucking nasty. I was looking at the salaries, the average salaries for different
Jobs.
like doctor fields, right? Like
Yeah.
medicine fields. Holy shit, bro.
What
I was
is it?
looking at psychiatry, and
Yeah.
these motherfuckers work very light hours, like 30 hours a week, and they make about, I think the average is like $600,000
I want to
on the
kill
high
myself.
end.
How much? How
On
much?
the high end, like if you're successful and you have a successful practice, about $600,000 a year, 30 in 30 hours a week. So it's very light work.
60,000
And I saw a
US.
thing of this I was watching a video about it actually. And this I think plastic surgeon, he was like, well, I make enough to buy like 909,099 Big Macs or like Happy Meals or whatever, right? And I did the math and I was like, this motherfucker's making $5 million a year. What the
What?
fuck? That's crazy.
Wait, what did you say, Jay?
Actually,
A psychiatrist
this is
salary?
it was like I think that dude said like $600,000. But he didn't make that much because he said that half of his practice he just did it for free because he was already making enough money, as is.
Yeah.
Um, which is
Damn,
nice,
bro.
Pocket 300,000 and then still giving a bunch of people free therapy. That sounds like a good deal to me.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna get more into this some other episode because I actually have one planned for that. But
Oh,
I
really?
actually wanted to be a therapist for a long time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I think if I wasn't an actor, I would like to be a therapist. I think that's what I'd like to be.
Mm.
Okay.
I love talking to people. I love people. I love listening to people, but I
Love
do have
talking.
one big issue. Exactly. I have one big issue when it comes to being a therapist, and is that therapists are not supposed to talk that much. I would not let my patient speak. Have you noticed that we had a guest this episode and he has had half the fucking speaking time that I have?
So,
I need to shut the fuck up.
Look,
shut
I
the
don't
front
mind.
door.
I love listening.
Same.
Okay, great. Then what we need to do from now on is this is going to be just the J podcast, and we're just going to have an audience of people listening to me talk, and that's
About
it.
a skibidi toilet.
And every about Skibidi Toilet, I'm gonna deconstruct it episode by
Deconstruct
episode.
the artwork of skibidi
Yeah,
toilet. The
no,
artistry of
absolutely,
skibidi
100%, man.
toilet.
Yeah,
While playing Among
I'm gonna
Us.
reduce it
While
to its most
playing
minute
Among Us.
details. Oh my goodness. Oh, another question. I just remember another question that I need to ask you, DJ,
Huh.
What is it?
which I already have. But Dungeons and Dragons. What are your thoughts on
Is
that?
this like one of those segments?
I've I've never played it. I've always been interested in it, but I've never just like been able to like just sit down and write out my own
Yeah, we could
campaign.
probably do that, AJ. Like, if we play it online, can't we?
No, I was thinking because the reason I'm recruiting people is because I want to do a campaign.
Ah,
We're
never
going to
mind.
do it online. There is a, I mean,
Steam.
you could do it online, I guess, for free, but there is a Steam game that you can buy. It's like a tabletop simulator. We could just play Baldur's Gate 3. No, but it's like a tabletop simulator, so you can play, D&D however you, or any tabletop really, however you want, with people. Because I'm inviting people, I
Yeah,
will, I will foot the bill for everyone's game. If they decide to play, I'll just buy the game for them, and then we'll just go at it.
yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm again, one of the big things about it, I love D&D, but I don't want to be super hardcore about it because
Mhm.
one of the main things and one of the main reasons I want to do it is because I know that a lot of my friends, a lot of they're super busy, and I'm super
Yeah,
busy, right? So
100%.
there's no way that,
There's
people
no
that are
guarantee.
really busy can just sit down and just play hardcore D&D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking D&D can be something that, because it's so personal for the group, it can be very laid back.
Mm.
And so I want it to be almost like a little laid back, give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure, no problem. What happened?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna cut that out.
I'm a
Why?
bit
What
of a
happened?
beatbox myself. I forgot to mention that.
But yeah, I want this like D&D to be like a little chill thing that a bunch of busy people can just sit down and, because again, when you're super busy, sometimes you can't keep up with friends. You can't
Exactly.
keep up with people. You don't talk to them as much. I know,
Exactly.
like sometimes Neil texts me and I can't, like, I just don't find the time to answer for like weeks sometimes, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, my bad. Sometimes I've had friends that I was talking to a friend yesterday, and actually I haven't talked to her in a year because we were just so busy.
Exactly.
Um, I was talking, so I was like, there are so many things that keep people so busy that I was thinking
Why don't we just like?
D&D would just be a great excuse to hang out. It
Yeah.
would be a great
Mhm.
excuse for people to just sit down. And another great thing about it is because I'm asking a bunch of people that I know, people that I don't know, is that pretty much everyone that's going to be playing is going to be strangers to most people in the campaign.
Mm.
And I feel like it's really fun. I know some people don't like meeting new people. I love meeting new people. So
Same.
I would love the idea of being able to just have a bunch of people that could become friends, right? Have a
Yeah.
bunch of people that you can at least keep up with and talk to. Something chill, something laid back, something nice. So we got a couple people that I've asked already. Um, one of them, I think the only almost yes that I've had is like DJ so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're working on it, and
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I mean, because we already have like the people that are absolutely going to do it. I mean, Neil has no choice.
Of
Um,
course, I have no choice.
Kylan has no choice,
I have no choice.
but
Where's my free will?
we're
Where's my
looking at
free
people
will?
that have a choice.
I
And
feel
so,
obligated now, so I have no choice now.
okay, no, you do not have a choice. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I'm getting people into my little cult
Cult of D&D.
of D&D. So that's
You wanna
nice. So
play
like I'm getting a little
D&D? Hey kids, you wanna
yeah.
play D&D?
Next episode we do with whatever guest I manage to finally get to fucking do this.
Yeah.
We are absolutely getting them to feel obligated as well. They will
Yeah.
feel. I will give them the same sob story for them to feel like, no, I have to do it now. It's so sad if I don't. The next one, I'm not sure actually who it's gonna be, but I will make sure I can convince people of
Yeah.
things. I like to think I'm very good at convincing. So I'll do
If
that.
if y'all want me on the next episode, I'll join.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, again, I think one of the main things about this podcast, why I love it, is I know I'm not gonna get rich off of this. I'm not trying to make it my job. I'm not a podcaster. I want to be an actor, right? I don't care about like podcasting professionally.
Yeah.
This is, as you can tell, DJ, the furthest thing from professional. But I just like talking to people. I like having an excuse to talk to people. So ideally, I would want people to not just be like, "Oh, you're one episode, you're out," but just kind of be like, "Oh shit, whenever we want, we can just hop in here and talk." Not even like for podcast purposes, but outside of it as well, right?
Yeah.
But just it's like, oh fuck yeah, let's do a podcast episode together, because it's like, why the fuck would I want to talk to someone one day and that's it? It's like the idea is to meet people, to make friends, to you know what I mean? Like yeah. Last episode we did was with Neil's best friend, his high school friend.
Yeah.
I didn't know that dude. Like, who the fuck is Jimuel, right?
Jimwell,
Jimuel, however you.
Jimwell, yeah.
But I was like, but you know what? I met him and I was like, oh fuck yeah! And I love talking to people. I love talking to people. I like to think that I do think I come off as an obnoxious asshole to a lot of people.
Don't
guess
say
what?
that, bro.
That's just who I am. It's
You're not.
You're not, bro. You're
Yeah,
not.
I feel like a lot of people do get tired of me talking my ass off, but guess what? That's what you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
That's just how life is. Sometimes some people don't shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh.
I need to learn to shut the fuck up, though. DJ, how do you learn self control? How do you control yourself?
I don't know. I'm still trying to learn that.
Shit.
Because
Neil,
I am a raging alcoholic.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, what? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Partly.
Partly. Yeah, that part's good. Partly, just partly.
I'm not a raging alcoholic, but I
for
do
legal
partake.
purposes. For legal purposes, everything
For
the DJ is about to say is purely hypothetical and in jest, for he is merely 18 years old. Or
I'm not
19?
18. I'm 19.
19?
I will be 20 in September.
Okay, you'll be 20.
21?
I will be 21 soon, so I'll be able to drink. I won't, but
Oh,
I'll
you
be
can't
able
drink
to.
until you're
But for
21. Hey.
legal- Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Oh, what?
Crazy.
Oh, I didn't realize. Fuck, I forgot.
I don't have any interest in doing it, so
Yeah,
I'm not really waiting. But I can't, I can't.
Well, what
I think I
I'm
would
about
die
to
if I
say
did.
is very hypothetical. Disclaimer is very hypothetical.
Yes.
But I am not a raging alcoholic, but I partake in drinking sometimes. I am not. I am the occasional drinker.
Oh, okay. That's right.
No,
No, I'm serious. Like,
DJ.
so you drink Coke and like other soft drinks? Is that
That's
what you mean?
hilarious. That is hilarious. That is a hilarious joke. I wish that was real. Anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway,
No, I get what you
Neil here
mean.
could drink. He can take the blame for you.
Bro, just say you're drinking soft drinks.
Neil is, in case you didn't know, he is 39 years old.
I'm not 39. I'm 24.
Wow, you're an old fuck.
Yeah, I'm old, bro. Fuck. Getting in my mid-20s, yeah, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, get into your mid-20s, bro.
Bruh.
Imagine not even being 20. That's crazy.
Huh?
Imagine being
You know
a
what?
little.
You know what? I might just I might just go hang myself now.
What?
Oh shit! Hold up now.
Don't do that.
Hold up now.
Man,
Hold up.
Don't do
I
that,
don't want to
bro.
be held liable for that.
Man, don't. I don't want the
I got a lot
FBI
on
on
my
my
plate. I
door,
don't
bro.
need a
I don't
court
want. I
case.
don't want the NSA on my door, bro. I'm on the watch list already.
Your fucking DJ kills himself in the middle of fucking Mississippi, and they go to Australia to rescue. Like it was that dude. Is that Blake
Who's
over
that
there?
guy
No,
over
that's fucking
there?
Scottish. I suck at accents. Is that fucking Blake over there?
Who's that
You
fucking
see that
black over
fucking
there?
bloke over there? Hey, fucking wanker.
This fucking wanker.
British.
What's this fucking wanker in it? I used to tell
My.
people I was Irish, which DJ, you have seen me. I do not look fucking Irish, but I used to
Oh
tell
no.
people. I used to tell people I was Irish, and they ate it up. They ate it up. He was, oh yes, raised in Ireland. Here, tighty. You know, it's because people used to. People always wondered where I was from. You know, back in
Ah,
school, I was very mysterious and
mysterious.
quiet.
You're secretly
Skibidi
from
So
toilet.
Cuba.
that's the thing. No one fucking knew. And people asked me and asked me, and I gave everyone a different answer. I remember I told people I was from. I told people Colombia. I told people the U.S. I told people the U.K. I told some people I was from Estonia. I told some people I was from like fucking Japan. You know, fucking everything. Actually, my best friend, I convinced him I was Japanese, right, in 7th grade, and he left. He got kicked out of school that same year, and so we talked online, but we didn't keep up with each other as much. And then I remember like a year after he left, I was talking to him on the phone, and I said something. And he was like, "Well, man, it's like you can just go back to your home country or whatever." I was like, "Wait a minute, where do you think I'm from?" And he was like, "Well, you're Japanese, right?" And I was like, "This motherfucker is still convinced I'm Japanese." Right. And you know how it all started? I was like, I just liked fucking with people. And so I was talking to him and I was reading him the anime that I was going to watch that season. And one of them was Karakai Yozu no Takagi-san. And I said it in such a thick Japanese accent that he was like, whoa, you sound almost native. And I took that opportunity and I ran with it. I was like, well, good sir. I am native, in fact. I was raised in Japan. I told one of my teachers that I was from Estonia. She was a new teacher, so she didn't know me. She was like, "Oh, wow, your Spanish fucking sucks. Where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Estonia." And then I remember my 8th grade English teacher. She was from New York. She was like, "Oh, where are you from? Are you from the U.S.? Are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, I'm from fucking like Siberia or some bullshit."
From
Yeah,
Ethiopia.
I told everybody
I'm
something
from
else,
North
man.
Korea.
It was
Oh.
fun.
Bro's a professional gaslighter.
I'm
Oh,
from North Korea.
I was such a fucking asshole. I would tell people
What?
anything but the truth.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel bad because like nowadays, like I like being like like I like being very genuine to people. Like I like being very honest, very genuine. I'm like obnoxiously personal with people sometimes. But back then it was like, man, it
Man,
was insane.
that guy's got depression. I'm gonna go act like I'm his friend.
Oh, you know it's fucking crazy. One
Oh, please
time,
don't tell me.
it was my senior year. We were doing online classes, right? And I was like, we were doing this project, and it was this class that was like English, Spanish, and social studies, like all crammed up into one thing. And we were supposed to work on a project for the whole year and then turn it in. And my social studies teacher and my Spanish teacher were absolute fucking dickheads. And my English teacher was a super sweet lady. I got along with her so well. Also, my Spanish sucks ass, right? So we were working on this, and we each got assigned, like every group got assigned, you had to do it in English or you had to do it in Spanish. And we got Spanish. And I was like, well, if we do it in Spanish, that means our social studies and Spanish teacher are going to have to grade it. And they're dickheads. If we do it in English, our English teacher grades it, and she is a sweetheart, right? So I was like, I called up my social studies teacher to our Zoom meeting. She knows my family. She knows me, right? She knows my brother. She was my brother's teacher. And I somehow managed to convince her that I was born and raised in I think Michigan, and that because of that, my Spanish was like terrible, so I had to do it in English and all that. And I was like, I don't know how the fuck I pulled it off because she knows my family. She knows I wasn't fucking born and raised in Michigan, but I convinced her somehow that I was. And she almost brought it up to my parents at one point. And I was like, if you snitch on me, I swear to God, mom, you snitch on me. But hey, I made it through, and now I'm just the guy.
You are the guy.
The guy.
The
Wait,
guy.
Jay,
You're
which
not free
project?
guy, but you're the guy.
I'm the guy.
The
I'm
guy.
that guy.
The guy.
I'm just that guy. That's just
I'm
who I
just
am.
the guy.
What the fuck was that?
It was me. I'm just the guy.
Being the guy?
The guy.
Average Australian
Average
interaction.
Australian.
Yo, Neil, can you hit us with some Filipino?
Why?
I want to hear it.
No.
Why not? I want to hear it.
No.
DJ, do you speak any other languages?
If only.
Yes.
Man. Konnichiwa, boku no na wa Jay desu.
I can speak beatbox. Nah,
I
it's
feel
more
so fucking... No, you know what makes me feel like a fucking... I have
Whoa.
this shit that I do sometimes where like I sneakily try to show people that I know a little Japanese. And it's always I try to show it to Asian people a lot. And I feel like such a samurai when I do it. I'm like, holy shit. The other day I was at a Japanese restaurant. I was picking up an order, right?
Yeah.
And the menu was in Japanese. And it was written in Japanese. And I remember I started scooting slowly towards the owner because he was a Japanese man. And I started like under my breath, I started reading the menu in Japanese. And I was like, shit, he better notice. He better fucking notice. I started reading it, and he didn't notice at all. Fuck. Give me 1 second. What the
Yeah,
fuck
sure,
just
no
happened?
problem, man. See, it's the feds now, bro. Fuck.
Oh, now, mate.
My. It's the bloody feds.
You fucking wanker.
Oi, Jay.
Donkey!
Don't
It is 1
care.
o'clock p.m.
Shrek.
What are you doing in my swamp? Get in my belly!
Get him a belly. Where is he?
Okay.
What happened?
Okay.
The
I
feds?
made a mistake.
Why?
Oh,
But I fixed it.
What
Nothing.
happened?
what happened?
Let's not pretend that didn't happen. But anyway, I was like, under my breath, I was trying to get him to like notice that I could speak a little Japanese, and he didn't fucking notice. I felt like a dumbass. And then one time when I was on the plane on my way to Mississippi,
Mhm.
right? Last time, so like about a month ago, I was like, you know what? Just for fun, I was like, I'm gonna put my like little screen on in Japanese, and I did it. And the fucking the one of the flight attendants was a Japanese dude, and he started he saw I had my thing in Japanese, and he offered me a chocolate bar in Japanese, and I accepted it in Japanese, and I felt like the most powerful man on the planet. I felt like I owned that plane. I'm like, you motherfuckers don't know who you're here with. I even did that little bow. I was like, "Oh, arigatou gozaimashita." I did a little fucking bow, and I was like, holy shit. I felt like I owned the fucking airline. Is that racist?
I don't know.
A little.
How? That's not racist to try to show off my skills.
I don't know. It just sounds like it would be.
I
It just
mean,
sounds
you
like it
can't
would
say
be
the same for
racist.
English, would you?
I mean, I've actually had that happen to me. One time I was at a movie theater in Colombia, and this chick stood next to me, and she was trying to get close to me, and she started talking to her friend in English, and she was like, like, why the fuck are you this close to me? Neil, do you ever get looks
What do you mean?
for being Filipino?
What do you mean, like looks?
That people think you're interesting. That people just don't give a fuck in Australia.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. One time someone thought I was Vietnamese.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Another one was like someone thought I was Chinese.
What the fuck? That is just that is actually just racist. That's actually racism.
Yeah. There was this crazy. This wasn't race related, but like someone thought I was 40 years old though. It's fucking random. I was just walking in the street. I was like, "How old are you? Are you 40?" I was like, "No, I'm not 40."
That is a fucked up thing to hear as an Asian person.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
crazy.
usually they say that Asian people age like fine wine, but if someone just thinks they're fucking 40 at 24, my
Yeah,
man.
my man. Now this was like years ago. It's like I think 10 years ago.
10 years ago, you were 14
Yeah, she probably
and someone
misheard.
thought you were
She probably
40?
misheard.
What the fuck?
This is fucking stupid, bro. What's wrong with these
Who looks
people?
at a fucking 14-year-old is like,
Are you
oh,
40?
grandpa.
You got a picture of yourself from 10 years ago?
Nah, I don't. Sadly. Oh, I probably do. Yeah, if I can
He
find it.
doesn't. They didn't have cameras back then.
It's in black and white. That's why. Yeah, legit.
It has to be developed in a little fucking lab.
Yeah, it's a film. That's how old I am. Oh my gosh, it's funny, man.
I think I'm the only person that like
What?
has never. I've never willingly exposed my face on the internet under the alias of Ars Mimica until very recently.
Oh yeah.
I used, yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Showing my face was like, it would tell people too much. But now I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I'm a dude.
Fuck
You
it.
know?
Skibidi toilet.
Yeah, riz me up.
Riz me up. What the Sigma?
Yeah.
Among
I
Us.
fucking hate this part of the podcast. This is my worst, DJ.
Can we
This is
just
my
skip
least
to
favorite part of the
the? Can we skip
podcast,
to the
and it's when like
show and tell?
everyone's almost
can we
ready
go
to clock out.
Can we go to
When-
show and tell?
Yeah. Can we play the song?
Oh fuck! Oh my god, I forgot about that. Let's do it.
I'm gonna play the song.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm playing the song.
I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it. You have to play it yourself because it'll be playing on the my recording.
Not so
Ah.
long ago, we were happy. Not so long ago.
Damn, that shit is well produced.
Yeah, bro.
When you
It was,
looked at
and this was
my heart would
like
grow.
2 years ago. He's gotten way better.
Wow.
Not so
Man, he's got a future ahead of
long
him.
ago, I dreamt about us.
He's playing both the piano and singing. Yeah.
So you said you would like help produce this?
Yeah, I've
You write
partially
it?
helped, but I wrote it.
That's dope.
It sounds something like on the radio.
Then you
Yeah, I was kind of like inspired by Michael Bublé a good bit.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
It
Yeah.
kind of sounds like it. You see, you can hear the
swing.
influence. Yeah, that like little, that smooth little sway you feel.
Yeah. Even the voice
Little
range,
ballroom.
baritone.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. That's like solid. That's a fucking solid piece of music.
Yeah, bro.
Now I'm a little insecure about my little fucking thing.
Nah, don't say that, Jay, bro. Your song is the theme song.
To be fair, I don't know why the fuck is the theme song, but
It's the theme song,
I mean,
bro.
that's a dope fucking song.
Oh, I like the what's it called? The staccato around the 130 mark. Dun, dun, dun. It's really like
Yeah,
Michael Bublé.
that's kind of staccato.
Oh, I'll try and I'll try and I'll try to move on.
I should know. I play an instrument. I should know this.
Oh yeah, you're in band, right? Or you were in band?
Yeah, I played saxophone.
Oh wow.
You said
I think the most I ever did for like my school band is I think I played like guitar for like 2 seconds, and then someone was like, "I want to do it," and I was like, "Oh, sure." That's dope.
Yeah,
That's a dope
song, bro.
Man, show and tell keeps getting better and better. Show and tell's gonna get so fucking. What are we gonna do if a guest doesn't have any fucking music? We're just gonna have them plagiarize Jim's music. Like if we have a guest and we're like, "Oh, it's time to do show and tell," they're like, "I have never touched an instrument in my life."
That's right. It's just it's not mandatory, but like it's optional.
I know that a couple people that I have on the list do at least play an instrument, like passing. So it should be fine. We should be fine. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about nobody.
Yeah.
But DJ kind of set the bar a little high with this one. You know?
Yeah, bro.
As I will say.
I will go grab my saxophone and play something.
Go, bro.
You're gonna wake up the whole
Go,
neighborhood.
bro.
I'm gonna grab my horn.
How does it feel? How does it feel? No, I don't want to dox. I was gonna ask a question. I don't want to dox DJ.
I want to know now.
No, it was just a simple question, but I don't want people to have to be able to triangulate your location.
Oh yeah, not the feds again, bro. They called you already.
Well, how about you DM the question.
Oh, the ending though, it ends on a perfect cadence, I think. I don't know. Something like that. It was a good song, man.
Thank you.
Let's play the theme song, Jay. Oh, bro, the theme song! This is the song! I'm gonna sing, yeah? Wait, hang on.
Yo, DJ, you checking out the song?
Hold on. I'm reading. What
I'll start it again, wait. So, I'll just pause it for now, because I'm gonna sing.
Oh, I don't live there anymore right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but I'm still in the.
mad.
I'm still close.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, that's crazy. Because I used to live pretty close to something
Yeah.
like that as well, but not that close, you know. See what DJ thinks about it.
Yeah, the theme song.
About AASDFFF12.
DFFF12. It's a good song.
Okay. Okay, I like the piano so far.
Arpeggio. Do you have lyrics for this song, Jay?
What?
Do you have lyrics for this song?
Lyrics now.
Ah, it's just instrumental.
But hey, fuck it, I might do it. I just got a new mic. I just got a.
Oh yeah, you should, bro. You should.
Fuck, I'm gonna start making music. Y'all are gonna catch me not at the Oscars, but at the Grammys now.
Oh, nice. Do a hat trick. Don't worry, boys. We'll make it one day.
Hey, I'm trying to get me an EGOT.
Oh, what?
An EGOT.
An EGOT?
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Oh shit.
Those are the big
Fuck,
four.
I have to one up you. I'm gonna get that in a fucking streamy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get me a Streamy. I'm also gonna get me a Golden Globe. I'm gonna get me a BAFTA. I'm gonna get me an
Oh my
Oliver.
gosh.
Holy fucking shit.
And
I'm gonna get me a fucking. I'm gonna get me a fucking World Cup.
World
trophy.
Cup? What the fuck?
I'm gonna get a Pulitzer Prize. I'm gonna get the Peabody Award. I'm gonna get me a Nobel Peace Prize.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
I'm gonna get me. I'm also gonna get the Kids Choice Award.
Fuck.
Jeez, bro, you guys are going on.
I'm gonna get an MTV award.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
an
that's
MTV
bad.
Movie Award.
Holy fucking shit! This man is stacked. I'm gonna get a pat in the back from my mom.
I'm gonna get approval from my dad.
I'm gonna get slapped by my brother.
Holy fuck! Okay, you're just gonna get abused. It's not even fucking. I think it's just gonna get. It's gonna be so ass. Whatever Neil does is gonna be so ass. His family's just gonna have no choice but to abuse him.
No, I'm my ex is gonna call me back.
Yeah, she's gonna give you a pat on the back.
Well, okay. Funny thing is, I tried to get my ex to listen to the song, but she was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Man.
But I got her siblings to listen to it.
Hell yeah, that's how you get them. Get their siblings on your side. Man.
Jay, have you made the graphic?
Neil?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Ah, it's alright.
I'll work on it. I'll work on it for next one, I promise.
Yeah, it's alright. It's all good.
I'll get it done.
Still time.
I'll get it done. I'll get it done.
It's ending though.
All right.
I'm in tears, man.
My fellas, I think
That's a wrap.
I think this was a great one. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Same.
I had a lot of fun with this one. I like the you know the format is just a bunch of people hanging out and just talking about whatever the fuck. Or in the case of most of the episode, a bunch of people hanging out and listening to Ars Mimica talk about bullshit for about an
Skibidi
hour.
toilet, yeah, for
What?
like an hour.
My favorite part
Is
is
the
always
Skibidi.
when the guest gets to talk, as you can tell. You know what's really funny too?
What?
We made a joke last time, DJ, in last episode with our last guest because he ended up asking us a bunch of questions. We ended up making, we made the joke that from now on, the way this podcast will work is that every guest we get is the host of that episode, right?
This is like a
And that
subversion, bro.
they
I love
ask us
this.
questions and all that. Exactly, it subverts your expectations. But what I noticed today is we never told you any of that, and you ended up doing exactly that halfway through.
Yeah,
You ended up asking us questions, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it really does work like that."
yeah. That's mad, bro.
All right. Well, hopefully we can get you on for an episode pretty decently soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can find a job decently soon.
Yeah, I really need one.
Yeah. And yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, today was really fun. I had
Yeah.
fun.
Same.
Yeah. This was a great episode. Fellas, any closing statements?
Nah. Jay, who's the next guest again? Jay? Oh,
Let's
shit.
end the episode first and I'll talk to you about it.
Alright, sure, because I'm lagging.
All right, fellas. Y'all take care. Peace out. Follow DJ on all his social media. Can you plug your shit real quick?
I'll put it in the description on YouTube.
Yeah, well, we're gonna link it anyway, but just like plug your shit.
Yeah, my follow me on Twitter at DJ Furlow 1. YouTube is Starboy_04. My other YouTube channel, just look up JS Camera. That's my web series that I made. I need money, please. Subscribe.
Alright. Thanks for watching.
Am I tripping or can I not hear anything?
Oh, you can't hear anything? Wait, Jay, you there?
Are you tripping? Are you tripping?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
there you go. Yeah, I was tripping. I can hear stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Shit. I could not hear what you plugged, but I hope you plugged all your shit. As for me, you already know where to follow me. Home. All right, fellas.
Alright.
Y'all
All
take
my
care.
fellas.
See ya.